I'm in our New York City studios today. New York City that has Michael Bloomberg as the mayor. And soon could possibly have Anthony Weiner, of all people. A man, do you think Anthony Weiner should be, look at this. Should he be anywhere near elected office? Let alone leading the largest city in North America, one of the largest on the planet? You know what's really amazing is people are actually saying, oh, no, we shouldn't pay attention to this. 1 week before his big redemption video or interview goes to print in People magazine, he posed for pictures. There he is. That's the pictures from People magazine. But as this was being printed, he actually starts up a sexually charged online relationship with a 22-year-old progressive activist. He didn't even try to hide it. He used his own name most of the time. The arrogance and the insanity of the rest of us. And here's the biggest disgrace. This is still being defended. It's all being defended by people. Andrew Sullivan actually came out and said sexting shouldn't exclude anyone from public office. Really? Sexting shouldn't. Let me read it to you. In this new internet age, someone has to be the person who makes sexting not an excludable characteristic for public office. If it becomes one, then the range of representatives that we can choose from in the future and present will be very, very different in experience and background than the people that they are supposed to represent. Andrew, may I just point out, I don't think it's sexting. I mean, if he was sending, explicit pictures and, hey, honey, I'm so hot and bothered by you right now. Can you put the kid down early tonight so we can have animal sex on the kitchen table? I wouldn't care. That's up to him. It doesn't matter. And if he wants to do animal sex with somebody else, I don't care either. But he shouldn't be trusted with our cities. It's the fact that he lied about it. It has nothing to do with his sexting. He's lying while asking us to trust him. Is there no right or wrong anymore at all? Is there any concept? Everybody else is doing it. Just accept it. Why not? Let me show you Slate.com and what they've said. Anthony Weiner's sex don't make him look like a sexual predator or even a freak. They make him look very, very ordinary. Really? Wow. I mean, do you have a girlfriend that you are trying to put into your Chicago love nest? What does he call it? A fallout shelter? Or he calls it some bizarre name. He's someplace where they can go and just live out their wildest fantasies. Do you have a high heel fetish? Because I don't. I mean, if that's normal, I'm so proud to be abnormal right now. Spending all of your free time telling a stranger on the internet that, oh, you're so hot, I love you, and sending naked pictures of yourself while, your wife is just down the hall, with your firstborn kid. Just a year old, that's normal? Really? Is it? I don't think so. We're witnessing a society that is completely detached. And we're detached from anything because we have an agenda. Why didn't we tell the girl? Why didn't we tell the story of the 13-year-old girl? Because of an agenda. The second rapist was black. The others were illegal immigrants. So we don't tell that story. That's not a good story. It doesn't help us with our agenda. Right now, MSNBC, they're praising her. They're praising her for her courage. Imagine that. Praising her for her courage, really? The people who fancy themselves as warriors fighting the good fight against the war on women. You want a war on women? It's this guy. And they're praising her staying with him. She's been humiliated. How many times? How many times does she have to have, not just once, but twice? She's not a woman. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. I'm all for forgiveness in a relationship. I'm all for that. Nobody's perfect, etc., etc. This guy is a sexual predator. That's who he is. He's a freak. He's out of control. If she wants to do it, fine, but I'm not going to praise her for it. And look at me. I'm not attacking her. I'm just saying, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? If this is my sister, get away from the monster. This guy relentlessly objectifies and corrupts all young women. He does. I mean, and they're fine with it. Let me give you another story. How about Nancy Pelosi's progressive pal? This is the mayor of San Diego. He's refusing to step down despite the fact that he's groping women at the office. He can't even be trusted with women in the office. He's still, we're a people that have no shame. We have absolutely no shame. He won't step down. Nancy Pelosi was asked how she feels about him, and she says, you know, what happens in San Diego should be left to city residents. Oh, should it? Is it Vegas now, San Diego is? You have no opinion. America, we have got to get a hold of our children, and I don't know how we do it in a country. I mean, we look like the old fuddy-duddies. You just don't understand sexting. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Got it. The future of American progressives. We are in deep, deep trouble. The ones we are growing, the 22-year-old Wiener sexting partner. She said that Wiener could send all of his naked pictures, all of them that he wanted, as long as he kept legislating the way he was. But if we continue to disregard right and wrong, and it doesn't matter what anybody does, this is so far beyond anything that Bill Clinton ever did. We make fun of countries like Italy and France because they elect perverts and liars. What are we doing? This is our fault. And New York will probably elect this guy. And we will go the way of those countries. And those countries are on a timetable. They're on critical. They're on life support now. No one's going to be able to trust anything. The truth doesn't matter. We turn from the truth. And they're perverting absolutely everything.